So, how the hell do you run Linux on a Windows machine, anyways? And why would you want to do that? So, I don't know. Maybe you're a nerd. Maybe you're not a nerd. Maybe you just want a free option so you don't have to keep renewing your Windows license, which sounds a lot better than it probably will turn out. So, I still pay for Windows. I'm not going to lie. Another reason is just to get familiar with Linux so you can download free software that maybe isn't available on Windows. Linux gives you a lot more flexibility, but I'm not here to like go into all that. I want to show you guys how you can get started and how you can do this all for free so you know how simple it is and you're not overwhelmed by any jargon or just the word Linux can kind of scare people off because, you know, Linux is terminals and code and scary shit. But today I'm going to show you how to do something very simple, and that is to set up a virtual machine using VMware Workstation Player. So two things, go out to VMware Workstation, or actually just Google VMware Workstation Player download it. Then go and Google Linux Mint and download that. Make sure it's the ISO file. Right here, I have a CentOS ISO file, but let's just say you're running Linux Mint. And I do recommend Linux Mint for people that are just transitioning from Windows to Linux because it's point and clicky and it's pretty and it's very user friendly. And you can kind of point and click around and see the differences between the directory structure in Linux versus Windows. You just kind of get familiar and see, well, it's not so bad after all. And then you realize, oh my gosh, there's like 230 different versions of Linux and they're all free and all of them do different things and I can, who knows, take over the world. But first you download the ISO file and make sure you download VMware Workstation. Then go to create a new virtual machine and you'll be on the same page as me right now. So you're going to point to that ISO file or ISO file is what people like to call them. Hit next. Select version. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, but let's just select the right one. Next, you can just name it, my popcorn ball. Location, where you want the files to be stored under users, and then hit next. And this is when you're going to actually give some disk space to your hard drive. And we're going to, let's go to 30. I don't know. Why not? Sounds good, right? And store it as a single file is the default. And there's really no need for us to split it up into multiple files, even though it says it makes it easier to move it from one computer to another, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really worried about that. Hit next. And then you would hit finish. Now, I'm not hitting finish right now. Don't freak out. Literally, as soon as you hit finish, it would pop up over here and you'll double click and run it and it'll be right as rain. But right now, I'm not doing that because if I hit finish, it's going to say I can't find the file because I referenced a directory or a file that isn't there just to avoid sharing my screen name with everybody because I prefer not to share that. So you'd hit finish and we'll go ahead and just like boot this up. This one for sure runs. See, actually, it might already be running. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's already running. It's been running for a while, so it's acting kind of sluggish. But here I'm booting right into CentOS 7. And then, you know, you have Firefox already in there, whatever comes with Linux Mint. So that's all there is to it. Um, Free should take you, literally should take you less than 15 minutes, even for a beginner. And if you guys have any questions, suggestions, topics, whatever, make sure you leave that below in the comments. Have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.